We're speaking. I'm Rae.
And I'm Sage.
We're covering The Giver.
Chapters 8 through 11.
By Lois Lowry.
Okay, what a wild ride these chapters were. Because seriously, last time we left off with Jonas being skipped at the ceremony as well. And honestly, things only got more unhinged from there.
Why do you keep doing this to me?
If you're listening along with us, we're covering chapters 8 through 11. Let's get into it.
A lot of my vibrators do the exact same thing.
So Jonas is just standing there. Everyone else has been called and given their assignments. The ceremony ends and he's still in the section of 11-year-olds, or who used to be the 11-year-olds by itself.
The applause is described as epic, which honestly kind of makes it worse. Because everyone was like,
Yeah, it was kind of like polite pity clapping.
and the elder apologizes for causing everyone anxiety and apprehension.
And then the entire community automatically responds with, I forgive you.
That part is so creepy. Nobody even thinks about forgiving, they just do it. Like it's an automatic response.
Mm-hmm. Which that's the way, you should seek forgiveness, but people are not always going to forgive because that's part of free will.
Which they don't seem to have very much of
They don't.
in this world. But the applause being accepted also means that even the adults didn't know what to do.
Yeah. They were as confused because it's been a while since anything. It's been a while before any of them can remember that someone has not been selected.
Yeah, it had been.
Or not. Someone has not been assigned. Sorry.
Yeah, I think they say that it's been like 10 years since
Yeah.
the last one was picked, and they messed up with that one.
Yeah.
But that's gonna come up later.
And then they find out Jonas wasn't assigned a job; he was selected for a role, and a very important one at that.
Which no one understands, not even Jonas.
Because he was informed at this very moment in time that he was selected as a receiver of memory.
And there can only be one receiver at a time.
Very highly in their rules. There can only be one.
Yeah.
But you think with a position that holds this much honor, at the very least, he would have been given somewhat of a heads up.
Yeah, like something.
Yeah.
All they told him is he had to be brave. Because there was going to be pain. And none of them had ever experienced pain before.
And you mentioned earlier about someone else?
Yeah, they mentioned the last time they selected someone, they quote unquote failed.
And they don't want to fail again. They cannot fail again.
That alone raises so many questions.
Especially because no one even says the name of the last receiver in training. Like, they're not even allowed to reuse the name. It's like a dead name.
Yeah.
Basically.
Literally, it's not even on the name list that they have for every year. Because they cycle through names.
But that is a completely dead name.
Yeah.
Because it's supposedly cursed. It's sort of like a curse on it now.
Yeah. They don't know what happened to her. They just accepted that she was gone.
Which is like really weird. Like very weird. Because not even one citizen is like even raising the question of a mystery of what happened. Like she
Most
disappeared.
of them more likely assume that it was just she got released and no one was informed, kind of thing.
Because they wouldn't say if she died during training, because except for like that one child that we heard about drowning in the river by accident,
Yeah,
no
because
one,
he
they
was
don't ever see anyone die in the community.
yeah,
They don't
that
ever
was a
see
very
death.
rare experience,
Yeah,
which we find out later on that they're going. There's a lot of other things that they don't experience.
they don't see
Not,
death.
don't. Yeah, they don't see that. That's why they're released
Yeah, before they're
before they unalive.
You know what Madres did Dios means? Mother of God.
and
Doesn't job.
speaking of the role he was selected for,
Yeah. The elder lists Jonas's qualities: intelligence, integrity, courage, and the capacity to see beyond.
kind of like a sixth sense.
Mhm.
But notice how different his speech is compared to Asher's. Sorry, I about said his name wrong again. Asher's.
Yeah. Asher was basically roasted and hurting everyone.
I mean, they did highlight some of his strengths, but they did really go hard in on his flaws.
You were so bad at this. You were so bad at this.
And
So
then
we make you this because you basically sucked at everything else.
yeah. And then when Jonas goes up there, he gets praised respectfully for the role that he's been given and the honor.
And then comes the big one, courage.
That he has to be brave because the job that he was just selected for involves pain.
And real pain.
Like pain beyond anyone else in the community's comprehension. Nothing they have ever experienced before.
They literally have instant heal.
Yeah.
Like Jonas basically broke his finger.
And the
And
car door or something. Or a door. It wasn't a car door because they don't have cars, but it was like a house door or a dwelling door.
yeah, he showed his hand in the door, basically broke it. And someone, a medic, came by and just sprayed something or
Then
something
they
like
do
that.
like a med spray or med gel and it like healed instantly.
Yeah.
Like some Resident Evil type heals.
Speaking of,
Only thing he,
another super weird universe.
I mean, the only thing he really did was reset the bone, apply the stuff, and
Yeah, it was all fine after that. And that's the closest he's ever been to actually feeling pain. Was that short amount of time before the person arrived with the stuff.
and they was there quick.
Yeah, like almost instant. Like they knew it happened. Which they do have mics and speakers in all
Cameras
houses.
apparently everywhere.
And they're not allowed to cut them off. Like none of the people are allowed to touch the speakers.
And Jonas reflects on how he felt after giving this role.
Tattoo for you.
Jonas
Like not for you to get, but
says
for,
that the crowd changes
like me to get.
the way the apple
And
had
it made me
changed
think of you.
earlier on in the book.
Like
Ginger.
there was this flash of light in their expressions.
Like a ginger.
Like he saw their true expressions and emotions for the first time.
Which means he can see beyond. Because no one else can see that.
And that moment for him hit really hard.
He feels wrong and suddenly very different.
Yeah, because, for most people, they just have this monotone expression. Maybe sometimes you'll see them smiling, but he can see how these people are truly feeling, understand how they truly feel now.
It's really giving that game we had before,
Yeah, like
where they
everybody's
gave
on
them
drugs,
yeah, so that they would always be happy and smiling. And if they started feeling feelings,
and they've already said it
they
that they
could
give medicine to repress their sexual drive, sexual
yeah,
urges, what they call the stirring.
About turning me on.
yeah. Because we covered that in the last one.
Hmm.
The stirring. Oh.
They thank him for his childhood like everyone else, but then they
They
start
do
doing.
the chanting like they do for the babies that have been released. The goodbye ceremony they did for like the toddler in the lake.
I thought that was the birth ceremonies, or
No,
that's the renaming ceremony.
I don't know if
No,
you
they
you
did for
looked
the
that up.
renaming of Caleb.
yeah, but when Caleb was released, they did
Watch this
a
activity
different version of that same chanting.
But later, do you want to do some switch?
It
To
was
like
just very odd.
say
No,
goodbye.
they did the, like, when Caleb was renamed and they was given another son.
Wonder.
Yeah, they did
That's
it then, but they also did it when he passed.
no, when a child dies unexpectedly, they start loud and go softer throughout the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
then
But
when
it's
they're
still a chant.
renamed, they start soft and get loud. That's what they did
No,
with Jonas. Oh,
that's
sorry,
why I was
sorry,
saying it's a different version.
my bad.
Yeah,
I didn't
you,
understand.
it's the way I said
But as he walks through the crowd of people, they move aside from him. They start whispering among themselves
it.
of
Is
what
it
he
the
thinks.
that Jonas truly feels a part?
Because he's starting to see things differently
Mm-hmm.
and hearing and experiencing things differently than he has for the last 11 years of his life.
It's about to get even worse.
And so after the ceremony of 12, and he was given his selected for his role of receiver of memory, everyone else got folders with instructions for their assignments.
His friends are still nice, but something is already off.
Yeah, an example is like Asher tries to act normal around him, and congratulate him on his honor and stuff, but it feels forced. To
Delivering
Jonas,
letters.
to Jonas, it's like you're being forced to act nice.
Yeah, because they're not allowed to be mean.
And then Lily, his younger sister, can start volunteer hours now, right?
Yep, and she chooses the nursery as her first volunteer hours because after being engaged, she's like, I love this. I want to do this for the rest of my life.
And
But she
that's
wants
what they were discussing when Jonas gets back home. And they also talked about his parents also kept telling him how much of an honor he has to be receiver of memory.
um
And the folder that he received for his role is almost empty, he said. It only contained like one piece of paper.
it was like 4 pieces of paper,
Yeah.
but it was a lot smaller than even Lily's. information on school,
Yeah.
and all of his friends had much thicker folders than he did.
But we
So
learned,
he does get intent.
yeah, his roles like have some of the most intense extremes in them, in the compared to the rest of the community.
Especially.
Because he can ask anyone anything. Like he doesn't have to be polite about it. He can just straight up ask anything he wants to know,
And they have to answer him.
and they have to answer him
Because he's the receiver.
because he's the receiver, and it's in being the receiver, he's given the honor that you have to tell him the truth,
Yep.
and you cannot just deny his request.
He's also prohibited from telling his dreams in the morning with the rest of the family.
Which he said that's not going to be much of a problem since he didn't dream much to begin with.
Yeah. But on the times that he did have a dream, it did seem a lot more vivid and not like anyone else's dreams.
But now he cannot even share any of his dreams.
You'll see why later.
And one of the biggest ones that made him question a lot is that he can lie now.
Yeah, that was huge. Because no one in this community is ever allowed to lie or exaggerate.
And that made him also question, is it just the children that are not allowed to lie up until age 11 or 12 when they're given their assignments and then they're all given permission to lie?
Or can,
Is it just him?
Yeah. Like, are adults lying to you? Or are they allowed to lie?
Also, he can't quit the position. He can't be released from it. He can't be released out of the community now.
Yeah.
He's stuck. He can't. But what I found funny is that he's expected to receive the most information out of any other role or job that can be given. But he's given so little information at the beginning, the least amount.
And he can't tell anyone about it, really, because no one knows, like, what his actual job is. They just know he's the receiver. And he's going to have no recreation time either.
So basically, no downtime. He was told to get up, go to school,
and then go immediately
to trading, basically.
And then go straight home after training.
And he's not to take any medication unless it's directly related to his training or the medication that he's already on for the stirring to repress his urges. As
Very way
to put it, yeah.
And the instant healing can be pulled up.
Huh?
That would be very nice. The instant healing.
Oh yeah, he is allowed instant healing, though.
Everybody kind of is.
Yeah.
Because of the no pain rule.
Yeah. But he's meant to experience pain for his role.
Yeah. Which is another reason why he leaves.
And he's also so used to being polite to everybody that he doesn't even want to ask people the awkward questions.
That he's now allowed to ask.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to lie because he's so used to being honest.
Yeah, he's gotten into trouble
for lying.
Exaggerating. Because he said he was starving when he was just hungry.
Yeah.
So, of course, he doesn't want to ask. And be, like, humiliate them, humiliate him.
Yeah.
Or she had more than one.
Like, everyone kind of feels some type of way about it.
But I have a feeling that he's going to find out his role is going to require this of him. To change his way of thinking.
Speaking of his role, Jonas has to go to the annex attached to the House of the Old for his assignment.
And what's odd when he gets there is that he has to like literally buzz an intercom system to get in.
And those doors.
Like they're the only, and the reason he has to buzz to get in because they're the only locked doors in the entire community.
Which is also super weird. Like, that's a red flag. Like, why do y'all have locked doors and nowhere else?
Yeah. This is the only place, or only room that's we know of that's been allowed any type of privacy like that.
Mm-hmm. And there's just a little lady
Because
sitting at the desk, and she's like, yep, these are the only
there's a locked door going into the lobby, and there's a locked door going into the other room.
the actual room.
Yeah.
Inside, though, is luxurious furniture.
Nothing like the cookie cutter design of the furniture for the rest of the homes. Or
Yeah, the houses seem very bland.
in all sameness. And
Sameness is very important.
one of the biggest things that he noticed is the collection of books that he had. Because he said in most dwellings or homes, because they tend to call it dwellings and not homes.
Yeah, which feels less personal.
Yeah, less human.
Yeah. Like, we call
He said in
live in an apartment,
yeah,
and we still call it home.
yeah. But it's like he said in most dwellings they only have maybe 2 to 3 books at most, and that's mainly teaching material,
Like the rules.
like the laws.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that when he walked to this room, it was like a library because he just had like bookshelves full of books. And he also wondered if it was just copies of the same tomes over and over.
I wish I could have one. It's a dream,
And then Jonas realized this is the man in the center of the room.
Yeah, he's seen him before at the ceremony as well.
Yeah, in previous years. Sitting with the elders, but to himself at the same time.
And they both have the same kind of pale blue eyes.
Mm-hmm. He said that this receiver looked very old, older than he actually is.
Yeah, it's been 10 years since they last selected somebody. And as we said it before, they think they failed at that. The child couldn't handle it, which we learned later why.
Strong ass shit used to be my
Just like so much stuff.
Because didn't he say that he tried to push them a little too far, a little too soon? On one of the memories.
Yeah, I think they kept, like, trying to do too much. And just got to play.
And Jonas is like, because he asked him a bunch of questions and he asked him about power. And he's like, I have honor. That doesn't come with power.
He has honor, but no one really knows what he does either. Which is expected, but still really weird for me. That no one knows exactly what you were like titties, and I like it's such a mystery.
But he explains what he does as the receiver of memory.
The receiver explains that he holds the memories of the whole world, not just
like the whole of human history, or at least that country. I assume what was the United States.
No, they said the whole world.
The whole world. So the history of the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
The memories of the entire world.
back and they can do it.
Yeah. Everything that has been lost. Memories from the past so they can learn from them.
Only one person remembered that time.
Like, look, I know the human brain is capable of a lot, and we have more storage space in our brains than even the most advanced supercomputer on Earth. Because honestly, we do. There's like several billion terabytes of data stored within our cerebral cortex, but that is a lot of information for one person.
Anyway.
Jonas doesn't even know. All right, speaking of like memories of the past, so Jonas doesn't quite understand what he means at first. So he starts talking about sleds and going downhill in the wintertime. And Jonas has never heard of any of these things.
Yeah, the current one.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what snow or sleds.
Or downhill or hills are.
Then the receiver turned off the speaker and Rose was like, wait, what? Because no one is allowed to turn off their speaker in their home.
And he's the only one that has like a switch, like a light switch connected to it.
They are always listening. Yeah. Yet again, very big problem.
Very what?
Big brother.
Yeah, Big Brother.
Because they're always listening.
Yeah, always listening and watching.
And the only room that has a speaker that turns off is the receiver in there.
Where he can turn off his audio and video.
Because that's the only technically, kind of sort of too.
And then he asked Jonas to like take off his shirt so he may receive the first like memory.
Yeah, and he lays down on this like massage table kind of thing.
Yeah, is the best way to describe it. It was like a couch or a massage table. Anyway, he was laying with his back up, and the older gentleman, the current receiver, placed his hand on Jonas's back, and he felt this surge of energy being poured into him. Now all of a sudden, he felt like this cold and wind, and he saw the white, fluffy substance all around him.
Suddenly, no.
Yep. Like he was teleported from where he was at into the memory of being somewhere else.
He could see everything from his speed actually there. He even describes the snow as furry.
He felt.
He didn't know what to call it.
Yeah, he felt the cold air on his skin. But he knew that the word for it was snow. As soon as he could wrap his head around it, he felt the flat thing that he was sitting on. He knew that was a sled.
Yeah,
And things that
it sat on were the runners.
And the things that it sat on and was the runners underneath was what propelled it.
Without having to be told.
Because the way,
like, he knew to push himself.
So the whole reason this came up. So the whole reason this came up, right? It was going back a little bit. When he first met the receiver, the man that was training him, he said, when you start getting the memories, it's like trying to force yourself down at the bottom of the hill after all the snow's already piled up.
3 o'clock?
Yeah.
When you get so weighed down with all the memories towards the end. And that's why he looked the age that he does. because of the weight that he has to carry.
Yeah, he had been the receiver for a long time.
108.
They said that he looked much older than what he was. He was like, I'm not young.
Exactly. It's all the weight that he's been having to carry for all them years.
Then the receiver explains that snow and hills were removed.
Yeah. And that they literally control the weather.
He didn't know the sun.
Like they have complete climate control.
But they removed the snow and hills and bad weather altogether.
Because it made farming easier. Or because the snow and the hills and stuff made farming harder and transportation slower. Which explains why everybody's on bikes.
The cars and buses slowed down.
Going uphill.
And it made it harder.
But now everybody rides bikes. All on flat ground.
Because it's all flat. They don't know what hill it is. Which is mind-boggling.
Like, even people out in the flattest part of our countries know what a hill is.
They know mountains. They don't have any mountains.
But they know what it is. No, I'm talking about like in real life.
In real life, they do, but like in this, they don't.
No, they don't know what mountains or hills or any of that is. This is leading into the next memory that he's going to show him. Because I think he shows him up to 2-3 memories the first day. Oh yeah, it's all sameness to the extreme. Talking about the flat land and climate control. Yeah, that's sameness to the extreme.
But yeah, he gets taken into another memory, which he didn't know time. Crazy. Oh, Jonas feels something burning, but it feels pleasant.
And then he realizes that it's real sunshine, not just artificially created light that they have. The night and day cycle that they have artificially created.
He didn't even know it came from the sky.
I mean, he knew what the sky was.
Did he though?
And like I said, they control everything, even seasons and sunlight, and I assume moonlight and clouds and stars and.
You remember Pleasantville?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
That movie hot.
Yeah.
But that's what it feels like.
This seems like it's worse than that.
Everything same. No one can be different.
But while he's in this memory, this is what he was talking about. This is when the speaker or the elder that gave him the role said that he will experience pain. It has to be brave and have courage. This is why the giver or the original receiver told him, you have to be brave and have courage because you experience pain that no one else has ever experienced.
Yeah. And he starts them off slow.
Yeah, and small.
With suffering.
Yeah.
So it's one what pain is, but not be traumatized.
Exactly. Because apparently that is something he did with the last one. So that's a little insight into what happened with the last person. It was a female, by the way. They did say that.
Yeah, they did say
It was a female that was selected the last time.
which might be one of the reasons that they picked Jonas the last one.
Yeah.
Because I was more to pick a male this time. Especially since the last one's a male.
And as he's giving him the second memory, the receiver has a sad look across his face.
Because he's losing a happy memory. Because there can always be one. So once he gave him that memory,
he lost. No. Because he's made the statement that after he gave him the memory of the snow, he's like, that was a weight lifted off of me.
Well, the penguins. He was sad to see the snow one go, because that one was like exhilarating and happy and childlike.
But the point, well, he said it for both of them, really.
Yeah,
That
but
each memory he gives away, that's less of a burden on him.
and he already looked like a little bit younger after he gave him the memory.
Yeah. And going back to the honor.
Yeah, better full pack.
And since Jonas is now the new receiver of memory, and then he was told that there can only be one, like I said, Highlander rules, he asked what was he to call the old man.
And the old man said,
and then I would literally went, he said the name of the book. Title drop. Anyway,
Captain,
It just like the part where you were excited because they said the name of the book.
yeah, Jonas isn't just different. He's alone because for the first time in his life, it's only him and the former receiver and now the giver.
Yeah,
and he's going to start feeling very different from everybody else.
And now he knows the world is just gold.
It's curated. Like planned and
that everything is like this for a reason.
Like I know you bring up Pleasantville a lot, but it also reminds me of the theory of we all live in a giant simulation.
Yeah. Which they found some stuff that might I'll show you later.
Because after snow and sunshine, and he learned about those things.
There's no going back. We'll be back to talk about what happens next.
Join us in the next segment of Kiki Book Sesh, talking about The Giver by Lois Lowry. You can find us on YouTube at Kiki Book Sesh and on Twitch as Breakneck Tink 09 and Sage 0990. Also go check out my twin brother's page on YouTube and Twitch at David W. Miller 1290. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you for the next episode.
Bye.